Greet you all, brothers and sisters. This is Stones here, and this is another video. The title of this video is The Beef Between Marcus Garvey and Dr. Du Bois. Now, you know those are two great giants in the black consciousness and Pan-Africanism movement. Those two are true black leaders who have contributed a lot to the lives of black people. So what led to that beef? What made them to not get along, not to agree on anything? What made them to hate each other when they were great leaders who believe in the same ideologies but never unite on anything? First of all, the scenario that led to Du Bois hating Marcus Garvey was this. Before the generation of Marcus Garvey and Du Bois, the only true black leader was Booker T. Washington, a businessman, a black leader, the person who promoted self-independence to black people, who promoted that black people should create their own things, schools, clinics, businesses, and all that. He contributed to a lot in the lives of black people, especially in America. Also, he took some people from Africa and taught them business and gave them funding and sent them back to Africa to start businesses. So he did a lot for black people, and he even inspired both Marcus Garvey and Dr. Du Bois. They were both inspired by Booker T. Washington, because Booker T. Washington was the main leader of the time. So Marcus Garvey read some books about Booker T. Washington, and Marcus Garvey was still in Jamaica, Booker T. Washington was in America, and Marcus Garvey wanted to meet with Booker T. Washington in person, and while they planned for that, it never happened until Booker T. Washington passed away, and they never met, Booker T. Washington and Marcus Garvey. Now, also Du Bois was influenced by Booker T. Washington, and Du Bois was one of the clever blacks. He was very educated, he was an intellectual, he was a black scholar. He got his PhD at Harvard. Those times there were few black people who went to Harvard. He went to Harvard, got educated there. And Du Bois was also a mulatto. He was mixed race. He had one parent was white, one parent was black, so he was mixed race, so he was light skinned. But we know mixed race people are referred to being black, because our genes are dominant. So automatically Du Bois is black. Now, Du Bois wanted to be the next leader after Booker T. Washington. Booker T. Washington, after he died, Du Bois thought he was going to be the next leader because he was educated. He expected to be the main leader after Booker T. Washington, but it never happened. And Marcus Garvey, just this dark-skinned, chubby guy from Jamaica, he traveled until USA, and he gained a lot of popularity. He spoke a very bad English, but he gained a lot of popularity. Black people were in love with his work, and he started an organization called Negro Association, and he did a lot for black people. And that's where the problem started, because Du Bois expected to be the next leader. Now, all of a sudden, there's Jamaica, dark-skinned, chubby man is becoming the new leader of black people, and Marcus Garvey had over a million followers of his ideas and ideologies, and on the other hand, Du Bois had a little less followers. So Du Bois was very bitter. He developed this hatred towards Marcus Garvey. And another thing, Du Bois was a light-skinned supremacist. He thought because he was light-skinned, he should be better than Marcus Garvey, because Marcus Garvey was a very dark-skinned, chubby man. And so those are the two things. Du Bois was a power monger and he was a light-skinned supremacist. That's why he hated Marcus Garvey so much. And after all that, so much hatred, Du Bois went to disturb the deal between President Charles of Liberia and Marcus Garvey. They had plans and agreements for Marcus Garvey to send his engineers and his people to go in Liberia and develop Liberia. In return, Liberia would give Marcus Garvey a certain portion of the land and all that, even the resources. Liberia was very famous for producing a resource that is very useful for tires. Now, Du Bois went over to Liberia in person to change the mind of President Charles to not to give the deal to Marcus Garvey, instead give the deal to Firestone, a white company from America. And Du Bois managed to convince President Charles, and President Charles neglected Marcus Garvey and his agreement between them, and he gave the contract to Firestone. And that's basically what Du Bois did. He destroyed that, because if he didn't disturb that, black people would be far by now. Liberia would be far, and even worse, when Garvey's engineers and his people arrived in Liberia, they were arrested, and the whole thing didn't go successfully. So that's basically what happened, and there's some lessons we should take from this scenario between Marcus Garvey and Du Bois. Yes, both of them were true leaders. Both of them were Pan-Africanist, black consciousness. But sometimes our greed can destroy the movement, can destroy the revolution. Du Bois was so greedy. He wanted to be a leader. I mean, people should be the one who decide who's going to be their leader. He had so much undermining a dark-skinned person who was Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey was very dark-skinned. He undermined him because he was dark-skinned. He thought he was not intelligent enough. So these are the kind of lessons we should learn as black people, not to be after power. I mean, as much as all of us are intelligent, we read a lot, we are educated whatsoever, there has to be one leader in order for our struggle, our revolution to go successfully. So yeah, please subscribe, like, comment, share, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.